Bonjour, hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Learn French with Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are starting with Culture et civilisation portion for lesson number 4 of this textbook, Cours de langue et de civilisation française by Mauger, volume 2, the Millennium Edition, recommended by CBSE board, Achète livre, published by Cours Publishers. So we have done chapter 1, 2 and 3, Culture et civilisation. All my other videos based on this particular textbook will be added to a playlist titled the videos till chapter number 17, titled class 11 CBSE Mauger volume 2. Okay, the link to the playlist is provided in the description box below, so you can check out the other videos if you have not. Fine. So we are on the Culture et civilisation portion of chapter number 4. We are not going to discuss the grammar today because grammar will be discussed separately. So we can move to the directly to the passage, which is Village de France, the villages of France. So, bien sûr, la France n'est pas le pays des gratte-ciel. Gratte-ciel means skyscraper. So, of course, France is not the country of skyscrapers, mais elle a tant de jolies choses à montrer aux étrangers. So, but it has so much beautiful things to show to the foreigners, right? Dans les villages et les bourgs, vous verrez son vrai visage. Bourg means towns. So, in the villages and the towns, you will see the true face of France. Vous direz, j'ai le souvenir que j'ai gardé d'un village où j'avais été arrêté par une panne de voiture. So, I am telling you the memories that I gathered in a village where I was stopped by the malfunction of a car. Panne de voiture, when the car is not functioning properly. Panne de voiture. So, autour de la place et de sa fontaine. Sorry. So, autour de la place, around the place, here place should mean the square, okay? The square, okay, of the square of the village. The center portion where like there's a fountain or something. So around the square and around of its fountain, je revois la mairie avec son drapeau. So I again see the town hall with its flag. L'école aux larges fenêtres. So the school with big windows, t'entends silencieux. Sometimes silence, t'entends plein de chants ou de cris. So sometimes full of songs and cries. Cries of what sort? Joyeux. Cris joyeux, joyous cries. Cries with joy. Les ateliers des artisans. So the studio of the artisans. Le maréchal ferrant, the ironsmith qui fait les chevaux. So faire, a new verb, faire. To put shoes, okay, to put shoes on someone, it's the verb faire. So the ironsmith puts the shoes to the horses. They are known as horseshoe, right? So putting the horseshoes. La corne brûlée sont bien mauvais. So the burnt horn smells very bad. Burnt horn smells very bad. La charron qui fait les charrettes. So the charron wheelwright. Okay, wait, let me just write it. Wheelwright. What's that reading? Yeah. Who makes the horse carts, charrette horse carts. Le garagiste, the mechanic, qui a réparé mon auto et m'a vendu des leçons. So the mechanic who repaired my car and sold me the fuel. Lorsque vous aurez été fatigué, so when you are tired, monsieur par une longue route, vous aimerez vous asseoir un instant dans la salle fraîche de l'auberge. So when you are feeling tired, mister, by the long route, you would like to you will go to sit for an instant in the fresh hall of the hostel, devant un verre de cidre, in front of a glass of cider, du pain blanc et du beurre doré. Beurre doré, golden butter. So have some white bread and some golden butter. Les cris des poules dans les basses cours troublent still the silence. So the cries of the hen in the low cours are what troubling the silence, are the only thing troubling the silence. Voici qu'un troupeau d'oies traverse lentement la place. So here is a flock of geese crossing slowly the place. La garde champêtre, the field guard. Okay, la garde champêtre is the field guard avec son tambour, with his drum, vient annoncer la prochaine foire. So has come to announce the next fair. L'autocar s'arrête pour débarquer des campagnards et leur large panier. So the autocar or the car stops for disembarking the country people and their large baskets, panier, baskets, campagnard, country people, and panier, basket. So, et là-bas, and over there, au pied du château, la vieille église dresse son clocher pointu. So, in the foot of the castle, the old church dresses its pointed steeple, raises its pointed steeple. Okay. Au-dessus des croix, above the croix blanche, white cross of the cemetery. Oh, wait, let me read in French first. Au-dessus des croix blanches du cimetière, un petit cimetière si paisible, si amical, mais vie, à l'ombre des arbres. So, above the white crosses of the cemetery, a small cemetery, so paisible, peaceful, amical, friendly. So friendly, but yes, to the shadow of the ombre of the trees. So this was your passage. Now it's time to do the questions. So we have read the text. Now it's time to solve the questions given on page number 205 of the textbook, right? So we are on lesson number 4. Questions. First question being, y a-t-il beaucoup de gratte-ciel en France? So the question is, are there a lot of skyscrapers in France? There aren't any skyscrapers in France, right? There could be, but there aren't any significant number of skyscrapers, so it's better to write that no. I mean, like, I'm not sure whether in the present scenario, whether in some regions of France there are skyscrapers or not, right? Still, to the context of the chapter, we have to say no, right? Because in the chapter, the very first line is that France, it's not the country of the skyscrapers, right? So, no, il n'y a pas de gratte-ciel en France. Right. Question number 2, we have qu'est-ce qu'une panne de voiture? Now you need to describe what does it mean, panne de voiture. So let's write the definition like what I wrote when I was in 11th. Une voiture est en panne quand elle ne marche pas. So a car is said to be in the state of pan when it does not work or it does not function, right? Easy. Question number 3, we have comme vendant sur la place d'un village the fonts. On voit la fontaine sur la place d'un village the fonts. But in the chapter, it's not the only thing, right? Like apart from fountain, there was la mairie, the town hall. There was a school, right? So you can add 1 or 2 more things. You can add la mairie. Okay, 2 things you can add. You can even add the school with big windows, right? But I feel like it's not common in it must not be common in every village that there's a school with big windows right in the square of the village, right? There could be some other location, but fountain and town hall are more or less must be in the same exact location. Like fountain and town hall being in the center or in the square of the village makes more sense, right? So I am going with this answer only. Au revoir la fontaine et since we are adding only 2 things, et la mairie sur la place d'un village de France. Wait, let me just grab the book also once. Right. Though there are many more things mentioned, right? We have studios, atelier des artisans. We also have this thing. Garagist is also there. So there are numerous other things. These 2 should be sufficient for square. You can add 1 or 2 things more if you want to. 4th one, pourquoi l'école n'est-elle pas toujours silencieuse? Why the school is not always silent? Because, so let's write the answer. L'école n'est pas toujours silencieuse. Parce que, question is with pourquoi, so the answer needs to be with parce que, because, t'attends, because sometimes there is plenty of songs and cries, et the cri, joyous cry. Des enfants. So, l'école n'est pas toujours silencieuse parce que tantôt il y a plein de chants et de cris joyeux des enfants. So the school is not always silent because sometimes there's plenty of songs and joyous cries of the children. Right. This chapter has a bit more number of questions. It has 10 questions. Nice. Question number 5 is what we need to do now. Question number 5 is qu'a fait la maréchale Ferrand? Have I written the correct spelling? Yes, I have. So what does the ironsmith do? So the ironsmith is putting shoes on the to the horse, on the horse, right? So the horseshoe, which is like this shape, inverted U. Well, it depends on which angle you are seeing. It's like U-shaped thing made of iron, which is put below the feet of the horses, right? So the ironsmith is putting shoe horses, right? So to put shoes, we learned a verb, right? Which was ferrer. F-E-R-R-E-R, ferrer. So, le maréchal Ferrand. Well, the answer is related to the context of the chapter, okay? Otherwise, ironsmith there are lot many more activities in which iron-smiths are engaged, right? They do so many things. One of them being making horseshoes and putting them into the feet of the horses, right? And in the chapter, that's the only thing mentioned, hence you are writing this much only, no need to write more. But if you want, there's no harm in extra information as long as the information is relevant and correct. Le Maréchal Ferrand. Fer is putting shoes on the horses. Faire les chevaux. Sixth one. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait à cheval? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait à cheval? Horseshoe. In Hindi we call it घोड़े की नाल. Horseshoe. Okay. So, le Maréchal Ferrand. A fer, let's define it. A fer à cheval. The definition is slightly wrong that I took. Okay. Est une pièce de métal en forme d'U, d'apostrophe capital U, qui est fixé au bas du pied d'un cheval. This much is fine, but there could be one extra bit of information that horseshoe is considered to be very lucky, okay, by some people. Like different communities have different beliefs. In some communities they say that horseshoes are lucky. In some community it is said that horseshoes can remove the negative vibes, it creates a positivity, right? So we can simply write that certain personnes croient que les fers à cheval portent chance. So a horseshoe is a piece of metal in the form of, you can rather say a piece of iron, right? But still metal is also fine if there are horseshoes made of other metals as well. So in the form of a U, which is fixed in the bottom of the bottom of the feet of the horse, and some people believe that these horseshoes are lucky. They bring luck. 7. Désigner honor. Draw a horseshoe. Very easy. U, slanting line, right? You can add some definition by putting some circle like this, because I think with the help of nails the horseshoe is put, right? So that's what a horseshoe looks like. This much is fine to draw. No need to add more details or make it 3D or something. No need to do it. I need to rub it off, so you can just have a look at the definition. You can take a screenshot, and now I have to rub it off because there are 3 more questions, right? And if I rubbed it before you taking the screenshot or keeping a note of it, then you can go back a little bit, maybe by 30 seconds, and then just quickly take a screenshot and just note down in the register. By the way, I really hope that the answers that I'm discussing in these videos, you guys are keeping a note of it and writing those down on a notebook or something, because the more you write, the more you can learn better. That's what I have been following since junior classes, and that really works. Anyways, 8th one, café temps à l'auberge. Now I did few research on it. The question is, what do we do in a hostel? Now hostel, it's not talking about the typical hostels that we get to hear, right? Here, like when I read a bit online, like hostels in France, like what the concept is that there are hostels set up in different places of France, and each hostel has a common room. Okay, now that common room is where people can eat, the people can play games, the people can talk with the travelers, they can read a book. Basically, they can spend some time talking about or hanging out with the other travelers and doing anything which they like, right? So as for this, there's only one thing mentioned, that one sits in the hostel, but there are many more things. So I have written the answer in that way only. Okay. So on a soir à l'auberge, this much should be the answer if we follow just the book, but there are a few more things. On a soir à l'auberge, you can add a line to take rest, right? Pour se reposer. This is also mentioned, right? Like if you are exhausted by the long trip, then you can go to the hostel to rest, se reposer. You can add a few more activities like on lit roman, one reads a novel, on mange quelque chose, one eats something, and on parle avec les voyageurs. We can speak with or we can talk with the travelers. If you want to say talk, you can write bavarder, the verb bavarder as well. But parle is also fine. Qui débarque de l'autocar? Who disembarks the autocar? Autocar means coach. Now, coach, C-O-A-C-H, coach. I guess the coach, like the train thing is known as coaches, right? The sections of the train is known as coaches, as much as I can recall. So, with this question, I am assuming, well, with the question most probably means this only, that who disembarks the autocar? Or who disembarks the coach? Who comes out of the coach? The compagnards, the country people, right? So, the compagnards, according to me, this should be the answer, okay? Like I thought like for good 10-15 minutes on this particular question, but this should be the answer, the compagnard. For an instant, I thought that Monsieur Vincent should be the answer, but no, it's clearly mentioned in a chapter that the train, the coach stops, and the country people disembark, right, with their big baskets. So they compagnard, débarque, l'autocar, and last one we have tent qui repose au cimetière. Cimetière is cemetery, right? So the person who are no more, they rest in the cemetery, right? So les morts reposent au cimetière. Let's put a halt here. Stick to Bonjour, that's all for today. If you like this video, please give that thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Learn French with Anubhav. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, remember that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Learn French with Anubhav. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. You get back along from Sailor.